Live Lite for August 31st, 2013. And you might be saying to yourself, what the hell is Hatelive Lite? Well, the bottom line is, I just got back from vacation early this morning. I had a little bit of time to kill tonight, and I said I have a choice. I can either play some more games, alright, continue with playthroughs, or maybe I could do a little mini podcast, because the thing is, this week I'm actually doing Ask the King later this week, which we're going to talk about on this podcast, and I know that I'm not going to have a time to do a Hate Live this week, but I didn't get to do one last week because I was on vacation, and I got a lot to talk about, so I said, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do an impromptu Hate Live podcast. I know I didn't mention this besides today, so I apologize to anyone who, oh, darn, I didn't know this was here. Maybe you're seeing this later than you usually watch it, and you're like, oh, shit, I didn't know this was happening. Well, I didn't either until today, but I got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot of topics to address and discuss on the podcast tonight, okay? And I think that it's going to be a good show, all right? I had a lot to talk about coming back immediately from my vacation in Chicago. So the first segment, let's do it. Let's talk about my Chicago vacation. And it was pretty unique because last year when I went on vacation with Panda Lee, my girlfriend, for her birthday, we went to Florida. And Florida, you know, it's a touristy area. There's everywhere you go, there's resorts, there's parks, there's things to do. And they're all intended for people to fly in and do them as like on a vacation. Chicago, not so much. Chicago, there's a lot of stuff to do there, but you really have to plan a little bit more carefully. You have to figure out how to get from point A to point B. And we did a pretty unique vacation in Chicago that I think a lot of people, when they first heard we were going to Chicago, they were like, why are they going there? But there was a lot of stuff to do, and we had a lot of fun. Oh, and overall, we did enjoy our trip very much, okay? So first of all, I wanted to plan this vacation so that I didn't need a rental car, because earlier this year, when we went to Philadelphia for a few days as like a mini vacation, I rented a car, and it was a nightmare for me. Like, I'll be honest, I had a lot of fun, we did a lot of stuff, but I had to drive nonstop. It was like, wake up, hurry up, shower, jump in the car, go to the train station, pick up my girlfriend's mom, drive to point A to point B, then drive here, drive there, drive here, drive there, drive here, and by the way, I can't drive on the highway because I have a back injury, and it's very risky to do so. So I was driving on city streets the whole time. It was a nightmare. It was such, it's not that I dislike driving. I dislike city driving with heavy amount of traffic, people being just assholes. I hate that. And so after doing that earlier this year with Philadelphia, I said, I am not going to put up with that, you know, when we go on vacation. I want to be able to relax more. So I decided, let's do a walking vacation, meaning let's pick out things. Let's pick a resort or a hotel. It wasn't a resort, it was just a hotel, right in the thick of everything, so that we can go and walk throughout the entire city from walking distance from the hotel and do what we want to do. So we did. We got a hotel that was straight in the heart of downtown Chicago, and most of the things that we did was in walking distance. However, me being the bonehead that I am, realizing I'm not a heavy walker. You know, I'm not going out and walking miles and miles every day. And unfortunately, my feet aren't really accommodating or adjusting to that kind of activity. And what ended up happening was after 2 or 3 days, blisters. Oh my God. Giant blisters on all of my toes. I'm not even kidding you. Like the big toe and all 4 of the toes on my left foot, on my right foot, the big toe, the toe next to it, and then one toe, the other toe, the middle toe, between the end toe and the middle toe. So 3 blisters on my right foot, 5, after I take it back, there were actually 2 blisters on one of the toes. So really, 9 freaking blisters on my feet. And as you know, if you have a big blister, you can't leave it there because then you're discomfort. So I had to drain the blisters. Oh, it was a nightmare in that regard. But it actually did work out well, the walking, because I got lots of exercise. You know, we were eating, you know, food nonstop, and it was like I need to burn off the calories anyway, so it was a good way to do so. Overall, we had a fun time. If you want to see the vlogs of all the things that we did, you're going to want to check out my channel, The King of Hate Vlogs, which you might be watching this video on right now on YouTube. All right, they're all in a playlist, and you know, some people, I'm gonna just go out there and say it. Some people are boneheaded because they come to my vlog. Oh, this guy makes vlogs, and he does all kinds. Look, vacation vlogs, and you know, game reviews and podcasts. I love it. And then they subscribe, and then I go on vacation and I start uploading vlogs, and I get, Why are you uploading so many videos? What is this? Well, this is a vlogs channel, genius. Why would you subscribe to a channel with vlogs? Obviously, when I go on vacation, I'm going to make vlogs. Why would you complain? And I got complained. Something like 200 people unsubscribed. Oh, you uploaded too many videos. Fuck you. This is my vlogs channel. If you don't want to follow me, don't fucking subscribe. Like, that's just the dumbest fucking thing. You're going to complain that I put out too much content on a channel that's what exactly I made it for. So, some people are just never satisfied, alright? But the bottom line is I have a playlist, lots of vlog videos. We went to all different places like the aquarium, to the Navy Pier, which is awesome. We didn't expect it to be that good. To Willis Tower, or if you live in Chicago, they call it Sears Tower. They don't actually like to call it Willis Tower because they're like, we don't like the fact that they actually changed the name. The name actually used to be Sears Tower for years and years. Then all of a sudden, they decided to change it, and people don't like that. I apologize for the video quality right now. I'm taking a look, and it looks like, I don't know, I'm having all kinds of problems right now. It looks like the frame rate, oh, now it's a little bit better. It looks like the frame rate actually looks kind of choppy, which I don't understand. It was smooth before I started. Also tonight, if you are watching this live on Twitch TV is having all kinds of problems. The stream chat is delayed massively. It's like almost a 2-minute delay. So you can type something in, people won't see it until like 2 minutes later. In addition to that, there are connection issues where it looks like once in a while I drop a few frames of animation. It's not bad, like right now it's not happening, but in a minute you may see a big stutter and then it'll just catch back up, and I apologize for that. I don't know why that's happening. I can't control it. It might be Twitch, it might be my internet, I don't know, okay? Okay, so I'm back from vacation now, and my blisters, for the most part, there's like 2 that are still hurting me a little bit. They're healed up for the most part. And, you know, starting tomorrow, I'll be back in the thick of things. I'll be jumping right back into it and starting with new gameplay for you guys. I know there hasn't been any new gameplay on DSP Gaming since Tuesday of last week. And I know that a lot of people are like, shit, you know. I know some people went and caught up with the old stuff, and that's good. Thank you very much. You know, it's not like I got 0 views every day. No, I still got really consistent views, which is great that people are still watching the content when it's not just new stuff coming out. That means that they're going back and they're watching the stuff that they missed. They're rewatching their favorites, okay? So yeah, I am going to be continuing with new gameplay tomorrow, okay? I'll get into that in a little bit. When I'll give you my schedule for this week, but there's a couple things I want to mention beforehand. First of all, you may have noticed that this podcast, Hatelive Lite, has an intro. That's right, there was actually an intro to this podcast, and that was made by a fan by the name of, I have it on my screen here, hold on, let me bring it up. Oh my god, I can't see it. Hold on. His name is Vandergrift Mofies. No, I'm sorry. That's the other one. That's the one I'm going to show you later. I screwed up. His name is Wretched Child 88. Sorry about that, Wretched Child 88. Didn't mean to give someone else credit for your work. I just had the wrong tab open there. But, yeah, he made that intro as fan-submitted. And like I said on the last Hate Live, if you are interested in submitting an intro that I may or may not use on the show, there's several ways you can reach me. Via email, darksidephil@hotmail.com, via a PM on YouTube. You can send it in a PM. Or you could tweet me. Now, I apologize because what happened was I did a podcast last week, okay? I did a podcast. I said, submit your intros. And then I went on vacation, and a bunch of people submitted their intros, and they all got lost in the shuffle because I wasn't here. I wasn't reading messages. My emails were already full of other stuff, and I accidentally started deleting stuff. So if you're not the 2 people who I just mentioned, okay, I didn't get your intro if you did make one for me, so I would ask if you could please resend it. Now I'm back, things are back to normal, and I should be able to actually review the intros and not accidentally throw them out or anything. But that was a really good one, and there's another one, like I said, from the other guy, the guy that I mentioned first, that I really liked as well, that I may use as we go from segment 1 to segment 2 of the podcast today, okay? Now, what you may be asking yourself is, segment 1 and 2, what's the deal? I thought you said this is Hate Live Lite. Well, what we're going to attempt to do, but we have no idea if this is going to work, is that we're going to attempt to take questions from the stream chat through our raffle system that we've been using the past few podcasts, well, since the beginning, actually. Or actually, no, I don't think we did it in the first podcast, but we started using it like episode 2 or 3. And we're going to be getting questions from the stream chat that way, okay? And then I'm going to talk right now about my schedule that's coming up. I'm going to talk a little bit about gaming news. I'm going to talk a little bit about Grand Theft Auto 5, because the hype has begun. People are really excited. It's less than 3 weeks till GTA 5. Then when I'm done with all that, then we're going to take a break, and then I'm going to come back and do a live Q&A with everyone through the raffle, if it works. The problem is, like I said, the stream chat is so fucked up tonight that I have no guarantee that it's actually going to work. At that time, we're going to have to see what happens, okay? Okay. So first of all, let's talk about this week. Crazy busy week. Lots of stuff going on. Including new games, the continuation of other games that I stopped playing because I went on vacation. So what to expect? Well, tomorrow, first game you're going to see is Killer is Dead. Killer is Dead is a game from Xseed Games. It's a familiar, if you know the name, I believe it's Suda51. Those kind of people are involved in it. It's got the same art style as, say, Catherine. But I believe it's actually like an action-based game. I really don't know too much about it. All I know is that I heard it was made by those guys, and I was like, now I'm interested, because I like all their games. They're quirky, they're interesting, they're fun. And I said, let's go ahead and we'll do it. We're going to do a playthrough. Regardless of if it's a massively popular game, I want to give the game a shot, because I actually, like these series of games. So this is going to be the first stream tomorrow, and of course first set of videos on YouTube. Second stream will be the continuation of the Bureau XCOM Declassified, okay? And then Monday will be more of the same. We're going to split up our time between those two games. Now, you realize I didn't mention a week in preview. That's because I'm pretty much giving you the week in preview right now. There's no reason to do one tomorrow or Monday. What I'll do is I'll probably put out a mini video saying, oh, by the way, no week in preview this week, just so everybody knows, okay? Okay, Tuesday, huge new release, Rayman Legends. After, that's right, the 9-month wait is over, however fucking long it was. So ridiculous delay that they gave this game. It was supposed to be out in February. It was a system seller for the Wii U. It's the reason a lot of people bought the Wii U, just to find out, oh, guess what? Now it's cross-platform. You're fucked. Wait another additional 8-9 fucking months to play the game. The game developers went out and protested in front of the Ubisoft studios, saying they were being mistreated. This is bullshit. And basically no one cared, I guess, because the game still got delayed, and now it's finally fucking coming out. John Rambo is extremely excited for this game, okay? He even told me this is like one of the biggest games of the year for him, because he actually enjoyed Rayman Origins so much that after we did our co-op playthrough of it, he bought the game himself and went back and played it again. I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy that he liked it that much. And he's like, yeah, I'm really like this style of game, and I cannot wait to do the playthrough. So I apologize to everyone because I've been busy. Like I said, my girlfriend's on the train home right now. I haven't had a chance to even text John and ask him, gee, have you decided if you'll be coming on Tuesday or if you'll just be coming on Saturday like we usually do for co-op, and we'll figure out then, how we're going to do the co-op playthrough. So what I can tell everyone is this. Rayman Legends is being played this week. The co-op playthrough begins this week. It might be Tuesday if John can make the trip, or it might be Saturday. Or it could be both. Maybe he'll come on Tuesday, we'll play a lot, then we'll give it a few days of rest, he'll come back on Saturday and we'll play. I don't know. I have to talk to him. I have not had a chance, and I apologize I don't have that information for you, but what I can tell you is that, yes, I will be playing Rayman Legends this week no matter what, okay? A lot of people have been asking me, what console am I picking it up for? I've already answered this previously. I'll answer it again. Xbox 360, because that's what we played Rayman Origins on. We enjoyed playing it on that, okay? And I have not heard many, if any, benefits to getting the game on the Wii U. And I don't want to play on the Wii U gamepad. I just don't. I don't want to do it. So I'm not going to do it. I'd rather just play it on a normal console. So I'm playing it on the Xbox 360. Okay. So, yeah, I'm looking at the software right now. The frame rate looks like shit. I don't know what's going on, everyone. It's not the camera. I can tell you right now, the camera's working fine. It's got to be something between... It could be one of 20 factors. It could be XSplit. I just upgraded XSplit to 1.3, which is some new version. Maybe it's fucked up. I don't know. It was fine before. Now all of a sudden it's losing frames. I can't explain it. So please bear with the slight choppiness of the video. Okay. So, Rayman Legends this week, in addition to the Bureau XCOM Declassified and Killer is... Oh, it's over here now. Killer is Dead, okay? That's the three things I'm focusing on this week. Now, this Thursday, okay, I'll be doing Ask the King. Now, if you don't know what that is, this is my ongoing show where I take your questions, I pick the best ones that I think that, number one, could maybe be entertaining, number two, people want to hear the answers to, and number three, that I could sufficiently answer, okay, in an intelligent manner. So I pick the best ones, and that's the show. And then recently, I've actually done live Q&A like I'm doing with Hate Live tonight. I've also been doing that for Ask the King. We're going to try to do it if this goddamn stream chat still fucking works. I guess we're going to have to see. So, that's going to be Thursday. You can submit your questions on the forums, and that's the best way to submit your question is the forums. thekingofhate.com/forums. If you go on there, there's a thread there already for the episode. Please submit your questions up into that forum, and I will review all of those on the coming Thursday, okay? But in addition to that, while I'm reviewing those questions on Thursday, I'll also be accepting questions on Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP, questions on Facebook, which is just TheyCallMeDSP, or... like I said, if you're watching it live, I'll also be doing live Q&A, but it's obviously I don't review all those questions. Those go through the raffle, so your best chance to get your question reviewed and answered on the show is to submit it on the forums, okay? All right, so that's coming up this Thursday. For more other vlogs this week, there's a strong possibility there's going to be multiple unboxings. I mean, tomorrow I'll probably unbox Killer is Dead before I play it, do a vlog of that. Get that up on the King of Hate vlogs. Tuesday when I get Rayman Legends, I'll probably unbox that, okay? Other vlog content, in addition to that, we'll have a new Smart Guys this Saturday, our pro wrestling commentary show, and boy, has a lot of stuff happened just in the short time since we did our last Smart Guys a week ago. I know I'm not getting to do one this weekend, so next week should be even better. So that's going to be great. As for other stuff, like a lot of people have been saying, gee, what happened to DSP Tries It? When's that coming back? I don't have any surplus DSP Tries It's, and there really hasn't been any new fast food or anything going on around me for me to try. But I have a couple ideas of things that I do want to try. So if I get a chance to actually go out and purchase these things and try them, then we'll actually do some DSP Tries It videos. But the bottom line is, I actually need things to try in order to do DSP Tries It, and there just hasn't been anything recently. In addition to, you know, we're on vacation, so there was a whole week where I didn't have anything I could do. I am trying to think of new ideas. The series is not dead by far. I will actually be doing new DSP Tries It soon. I just need to have a chance to think of some new stuff to try out. In addition, some people are saying, oh no, when's Phil doing another Hateful Truth? Because he beat Tales of Exilia, and he beat, I think there was, the hell was the other game? There was another one in between there or something that people said that they wanted to see me review. And then you obviously had... just recently, Saints Row 4 that I didn't review. I haven't had a chance to do that yet because I beat it and then literally went right on vacation afterwards. And Splinter Cell Blacklist, which I'm not going to review because I did not play all the game modes. I don't think it's fair to review a game until I've actually played all the game modes of it, okay? So that I'll probably end up never reviewing because it wouldn't be fair. I mean, I'm reviewing one mode. That's kind of messed up. But Saints Row 4, there's a chance I may review it at some point, maybe even this week. If there's some downtime, if I end up beating some of these games more quickly than I would expect or something, then maybe I'll jump into it, okay? And do the review of that. But they're not going anywhere. It's like, oh no, Phil just stopped reviewing games. No, that's not true. The thing is, the whole summer, there were really no new games to review. Tales of Exilia is a 2 to 3 year old RPG that everyone already, if you're interested, probably already watched it or saw reviews of it when it was in Japan. It was a very late port here to the States. So, you know, there's no reason for me to even review that game. And there haven't been any new retail releases as of late besides the ones that I just mentioned. So, I didn't have anything to review. That's why I wasn't putting out reviews. It's not that I'm just not doing it anymore. It's that I didn't have anything to review. Now, we're heading into the hardcore gaming season. There's going to be times where, like, boom, I have to do reviews again, and I am. I'm going to start doing more Hateful Truth for all the major games that are coming out during this season, okay? That's pretty much the gist for this week. Now, you might be saying to yourself, but wait a minute, Phil. What about game XYZ that came out this past week and you didn't play it because you were on vacation? And there's a lot of them. There's Lost Planet 3. There's, I believe, One Piece Pirate Warriors 2 is either came out or is coming out in the next few weeks. Payday 2. New Super Mario Brothers, what it's not, it's New Super Mario Luigi, or New Super Luigi U, or whatever it's called. Alright? The bottom line is this. I can't play every game under the sun. Alright? I did try to actually do that a year or two ago, and, you know, I really feel I got burnt out. I got burnt out on games and gaming, and people were saying, listen, your stuff's not really funny or entertaining anymore because you're not really even doing that much commentary. We think you're burnt out. And I said, you know what? You're right. I have to pick and choose from now on what games I'm going to play. Sometimes it's going to be popular games. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's going to be just games that I choose to play. And And that's that, okay? So in this case, the games I've chosen for this week are Killer is Dead, The Bureau XCOM Declassified, and Rayman Legends. Outside of that, if I beat all those games, sure, there's always the possibility I'll go play something else. But the bottom line is this. One Piece Pirate Warriors 2 probably would be just as good as the first one. Fans of One Piece would probably love it. Everyone else would probably not like it that much, just like the first playthrough. That's exactly what happened. It's a long-ish game. Would take me a lot of time to beat. And it's a game that, honestly, really just gets eclipsed by the other stuff coming out that I really want to play, okay? Lost Planet 3 is just a lost cause at this point. The Lost Planet series went from a single-player game to a co-op game, and now back to single-player, taking out the co-op factor that I loved so much from the from Part 2. I really don't want to play it. It's single-player. Not a lot of hype around it whatsoever. No one's really talking about the game. The game was supposed to come out much earlier this year, which would have been better for it, but instead it got delayed and pushed to last week. And now it's like, who cares about it anymore? I don't. It was funny, when I went to GameStop today, I looked, and there were 2 Lost Planet strategy guys sitting on the counter, and I asked the person who was working, you know, oh, I know this game came out this week, how'd it do? And the guy said, like, 1 person bought it. And they didn't buy, those are the 2 strategy guys that were shipped to the store. No one's touched them. No one cares about the game. So Capcom really fucked up with that series. There's just no hype, and no one even talking about it anymore. I don't think anyone gives a flaming fuck about Lost Planet 3. That's the bottom line. And honestly, I don't either. It's a skip for me. And then you talk about games like, you know, Payday 2. You're talking about New Super Luigi U. Those are co-op games, all right? Those aren't games to be played by yourself. There's always the possibility that in the future, when we have slower times, that John Rambo and I will pick those games up to play them, okay? There's always the possibility. But with Rayman Legends coming out, are you kidding me? That's going to be our focus for a bit. And then once GTA Online comes out, that's going to be like co-op heaven for us. So for a while now, we're pretty much know exactly what to expect. And, you know, we're not looking for new co-op games. We've pretty much got a full schedule. And those games right now are going by the wayside. Doesn't mean that we'll never go back and play them. It just means that right now we don't have time for them. Okay? Alright, so that's pretty much, you know, that's pretty much the deal for this week. Next week also is going to be packed. You've got the Kingdom Hearts collection, which I'm going to at least be playing one of those games. You've got this new game called Puppeteer, this unique platformer, supposedly. So we're going to have some fun stuff next week as well. But this is it. We're officially now in the hardcore gaming season of 2013. There's no denying it. There's no one who can say, oh, no, we're not. This is it. Every week, major release, major release, major release. And then, you know, to the end of the year, we get the new consoles, which we may get the release date of the Xbox One soon. It's really exciting, and I know I'm going to be packed at the end of the year with stuff to do. It's going to be a lot of fun, okay? All right. Speaking of major release after major release, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are less than 3 weeks away from the impending release of Grand Theft Auto 5, okay? And I'm extremely excited. I know that in the realm of games, the Grand Theft Auto series is like the one series that pretty much delivers on the hype, you know? Like Grand Theft Auto 4, I heard all this hype about the game, and I was like, you know, I didn't play it when it was new. And then later on, this was after my back injury, I said, I want to get into gaming again. Incidentally, that was the year Grand Theft Auto 4 came out. And I went and I said, you know, everyone says this game's like Game of the Year material. Let me check it out. And I played it, and I fucking loved it. I absolutely loved the game, okay? And everyone says, you know, Grand Theft Auto 5 is possibly the only game in 2013 that could considerably oversell Call of Duty. Now, keep in mind, Call of Duty has been the best-selling game for the past, what, 4 years, I think it was. It's like a 4-year streak, 5-year streak going. But people are saying they think GTA 5 can do it. GTA 5 could outsell Call of Duty. And I'd be very interested to see what happens with it, all right? So, in just a few short weeks, we've got Grand Theft Auto 5. My plans for the game. Number one, it has been approved by Twitch. They've already announced it publicly that Grand Theft Auto 5 may be streamed as of your native day, whatever your time is, midnight, okay? So as of midnight on that day when it's released, as long as they're doing a midnight release at my local GameStop, which I would have to think they're going to do, I'm going to pick up the game at midnight release, and I'm going to be streaming it here on Twitch. It's going to work pretty much exactly the same way that it worked with my Saints Row 5 playthrough. Sorry, the stupid thing keeps falling. Saints Row 5. Wow, I'm in the future now. My Saints Row 4 playthrough, where what I'm going to do is go up, pick up the game at midnight, come back here, do an unboxing video, upload it, and then immediately set up and start streaming for several hours. Maybe exactly like I did with Saints Row 4, where I have a few drinks. People said actually that they thought that made the playthrough better. They did. They actually said we liked Phil seemed a little bit more relaxed and laid back when he was playing. He wasn't tired at all. He was really enjoying the game, and he played for a long ass time. And people liked that with Saints Row 4. So I'm probably going to be doing that with GTA 5. Okay. Also, a lot of people are saying, all right, well that's fine, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Okay. When you want to upload to YouTube, because it's infamous. This is so infamous with Rockstar Games when they have stories, especially like GTA 4, like Max Payne 3, like LA Noire and Red Dead Redemption, that people that upload these playthroughs to YouTube unfortunately get copyright strikes or claims or whatever against them. And I was a victim back in, what was it, 2009? I got a copyright strike for doing the Lost and Damned DLC on my channel when it was brand new. And I don't know if that was legit. That's the problem. I have no evidence to say that that was a legit claim from Rockstar. Actually, it was from Take-Two Games, the publishers. I have no legit claim to know if that was from really Take-Two or just some dickhead posing as one. Because as you know, later that year, someone impersonated a Ubisoft employee and got my channel shut down, and just to find out, no, it was not Ubisoft. It was a complete mix-up. YouTube fucked up because they're a bunch of complete assholes, and they don't have any kind of proper verification system for copyright stuff, okay? Now, when it comes to Machinima is kind of staying neutral on the subject. But I guess what they're kind of saying is, listen, obviously if you get a copyright strike, we'll try to get it fixed, but they know, they've been saying since day one, this is one of the companies they warned me about. Rockstar is a dick about it. And so, people are wondering, what is Phil going to do for his playthrough on YouTube? Well, you know, I did this with other games. I did it with Max Payne. I may have to do it with Grand Theft Auto 5, but for the first couple of days, I have to name it something else. So maybe I'll have to call it some funky name, like Larceny of the Automobiles Without the Permission of the Owner, the 5th, Part 1, or something like that. I don't know, something silly, but so you know what it is, but it doesn't say GTA 5, so these dickheads who are searching for GTA 5 don't see my videos and give me copyright strikes, against which by the way, is completely wrong because it's legal to do Let's Plays, but we're not going to get into the legality issues of it right now. So that's probably what I'm going to have to do for the first day or two, and then hopefully it'll calm down after a couple days, and I'll be able to name them back to what they really are, which is going to be a massive pain in my ass, obviously, but it's probably going to have to be done, okay? So that's going to be what's going on with GTA 5, and of course I'm going to be playing it for several days. I'm sure the campaign is long as fuck. If I'm still currently playing another game, like, for example, Kingdom Hearts is a long-ass fucking game. I don't know how long. Maybe I'll still be playing it. But I'll probably do GTA 5 exclusively for a few days and maybe go back to Kingdom Hearts and alternate between that stuff. I don't know. We're going to have to see how all that goes, all right? And then the last week of September, I'm on vacation. Well, all right, let me put it this way. I'm not on vacation. I'm done with vacations. In fact, that's a point I want to make. No more travel for 2013. I'm traveled out. I mean, this year I've been to New York, New Jersey for WrestleMania. I went to Philadelphia. I went to Texas for SGC. Then I went to Chicago. I'm done traveling. No more travel for me at all. When I say I'm going for time off, it means that it's the week that I'm going to spend with my girlfriend, okay? So the last week of September, I'll be spending with my girlfriend. So obviously, any videos that I've got stored up by then will continue to upload. While I'm spending time with my girlfriend. In addition, it may be an opportunity for my girl and I to do some co-op. We haven't done any co-op videos in a long fucking time, okay? So we may look for something else to do co-op in and play together. So that's my plans for GTA 5. And then, of course, Grand Theft Auto Online in October is going to be fucking huge, okay? Massive co-op opportunities, a level creator and game creator where you can make different modes. We're bringing back Suicide Kings, all right? If you don't know what that is, you should head over to my old channel, Red Dead DSP, okay? That's on YouTube. It's its own channel. I did all my Red Dead Redemption gameplay there, and you've got the Suicide Kings videos there, some of my highest viewed and rated videos ever. Great montages of us finding hilarious, unique, creative ways to kill ourselves in Red Dead Redemption, we're going to do the same thing in GTA 5, only on a grander scale, because we're going to have planes, we're going to have tanks, we're going to have cars, we're going to have jet skis and fucking parachutes. We're going to be, flying planes into fucking cars and guys coming in helicopters shooting. We're going to be doing custom games. It's going to be great, all right? And I'm going to get everyone involved. I'm going to get the fans and the viewers involved, okay? So I'm not going to do it yet, but I am going to eventually set up schedules and times when people have the opportunity to get involved with our online, basically, chaos of Grand Theft Auto Online. More on that coming once we get more of an idea of what the modes are and such that'll be in it. But Suicide Kings is 100% coming back, okay? I'm trying to get everyone on board for it. Everyone who's ever basically done co-op with me. So I'm talking me, John Rambo, possibly OJ, my girlfriend Panda Lee, Howard, the Arid Lord, all the people from my website, people from the stream chat, my mods are interested in getting involved. Other people who I've done co-op with in the past, like Mayor McJustin, he was in my first Suicide Kings. He's very interested in being in this one. We're going to try to get everyone involved. We want everyone to be a part of this awesome multiplayer experience of Grand Theft Auto 5. And we're going to be live streaming as well as recording videos for YouTube in these events. So more on that massive co-op opportunities coming in October, coming in the future. Get hyped for GTA 5 is basically the message I'm trying to portray here, because the game is going to probably be, just the online mode blows my mind what they're doing with it, and I cannot wait to fucking play the game, okay? Alright, and the last thing I want to talk about in this segment of the podcast is some gaming news this week. Some of the oddest gaming news ever. Very odd. Nintendo comes out and announces in their Nintendo Direct, that's right, the monthly conference we must hold because we think we have so much going on. We must talk about our products once a month even though we really don't have anything to ever fucking talk about. So this month, their big release, oh, guess what? It's a big announcement. The Nintendo 2DS. What? Exactly. You might hear that. What? They have a 3DS. You know? The 3DS. You know? The best-selling handheld system, the one that's dominated the market, crushed the PS Vita completely in sales, and is pretty much the selling force of Nintendo. One of the reasons Nintendo's still in business after the huge flop of the Wii U. Yeah, this guy. What the fuck is the 2DS? Well, guess what? The 2DS is a Nintendo 3DS that does not have 3D capabilities and basically sits open like this. You can't fold it closed. It just permanently sits fucking open. Why is this thing spinning like crazy? I'm not touching any buttons. Alright, now stop. Anyway, yeah. So, what a genius idea. You've got a portable console with two screens that folds for storage purposes. So instead, let's go ahead and let's fucking do one that's like this and can't be folded. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And no 3D. Like, what? Why would anyone buy this fucking thing? So basically, Nintendo realized that they had to explain why they made this thing. So in the broadcast, they did explain, oh, okay, so here's the deal. It's for kids. It's for kids who probably wouldn't be able to handle the 3DS. They probably damaged the thing because they're not responsible enough to understand, how to handle a piece of gaming hardware per se. What I mean is, what a lot of people were reporting is that when they bought the 3DS for their kids, the kids would open it, but they open it too fast or too hard, and they snap or damage the hinges on the thing, or, of course, they fucking drop it and the hinge breaks. So, the 2DS is supposed to be designed for kids. Kids who, you don't have to fold it or whatever. It's a solid one unit, no real moving parts or anything on it, so you don't have to worry about them snapping anything off or anything like that. And also, it doesn't have 3D. A lot of parents apparently were concerned that if their kids are staring at the 3D screen all the time, it would hurt their eyes or even their brains screw something up. So they said, all right, this one doesn't have 3D, so if you have those concerns about 3D, the kid doesn't even have the capability to use it, okay? But the price point baffles me, all right? This thing, I believe, now, I don't have the article in front of me. I did read it. It's either $120 or $130, I believe. So, all right, the real Nintendo 3DS costs $170, isn't it? $169.99. So wait a minute. for only a small $40, $50 discount, you're telling me my unit can no longer fold and be portable, and I have no fucking 3D. What? Like, what? Where is their demand for this? What parent said, man, I really wish I could buy my son a Nintendo 3DS, but I don't want him to hurt his eyes with the 3D, and I know he's going to break that thing, so I'm not going to get it. Oh, well, here's a model where you can't break it, and there's no 3D. Awesome. But it's still almost the same fucking price. Like, you took features out, but didn't significantly drop the price. So I mean, what kind of market is this? Do they really think that there were just, oh, there's a million parents out there who didn't buy the 3DS because of that, so now we have the unit for you? Like, this is just, it makes no sense. Like, what the fuck was the purpose of this thing? Why did Nintendo make it? What odd market research did they perform that told them there was demand for this kind of thing? I don't have a fucking clue, because I don't know who the fuck would ever buy this thing. I really don't. So, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm very confused. Obviously, I wouldn't buy it. Why would I want to have a unit that's basically a giant thing that it's not really that portable? It doesn't make sense to me. The 3DS, I have the first model 3DS. It works perfectly fine for everything. Really, it does. Like, there's no... I saw, oh, they have the 3DS XL with bigger screens, and they have this, and you don't need to get them. The original 3DS was fine. So I don't know why anyone would go out and buy this fucking thing. Again, there's no huge market that was demanding this, so I'm really just confused. Just very, very confused that that anyone would want this fucking thing, especially when, you know, again, it's $129 or whatever. It's only like a $30, $40 discount from the one that has all the features and is portable. Nintendo, once again, innovating for the win, shit that nobody fucking wants and probably won't sell. You had the Wii U that flopped, and now they're going to have the 2DS. What's next? Let me think. How about we could do a motion control system with the Wiimotes. So you have two Wiimotes. You have to have two Wiimotes with a belt. And the Wiimotes connect to the belt, and you have to go like this and yank on the belt at different strength levels, and that's how you play games with it, and they could call it the Nintendo Whack Off, because that's what it fucking looks like when you do that motion. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I just don't get it. Alright, everyone, well, what we're going to do now is, I'm looking at the stream chat to see if it's working. It looks like it is working. We're gonna go on break. I'm gonna take a few minutes break so you can hear my voice is strained. I've been talking for almost 45 minutes. We're gonna come back, and then I'm going to be drawing questions from the raffle that we've been holding during the whole podcast. I don't know how well it's gonna work, simply because it is delayed. So it may be like, I need a question, I have to wait, and we're just gonna have to put up with it. All right. So I'll be right back in just a moment, and then we're gonna continue on with Hatelive Lite. Okay. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, so welcome back everyone to Hatelive Lite, the little mini version where we're doing abridged stuff. There was one thing I forgot to mention in that past segment, and it's kind of important. I do want to mention it. I did say there's actually going to be a group of people who are going to be playing Grand Theft Auto online with us, okay? And what it is, this group is, I actually have an official group in the Rockstar Social Club. There's actually this place where you can do like clans and stuff for the multiplayer of Rockstar games. And we have a group, we made it for Max Payne 3. It's called the Kings of Hate. Now, I haven't used this group in quite some time, but you can find it. What I'll do is I'll get a link to it, and I'll put it in the description of the video on YouTube so that you guys can actually check it out. And I'm sure that some of my mods also know about it, and they're going to be able to post that link for you in the stream chat tonight. But if you are watching this on Twitch and they don't post it up, check out this video when it goes to YouTube. I'll put it in the description. Feel free to try to join, because I know that I have some people from my forums who are also mods here on the stream are involved in that. That's going to be a way for us to interact and to basically get parties together and stuff in the game. It's going to be fun. So join the Kings of Hate Rockstar Social Club, and we'll get that going for when GTA Online comes out, okay? Okay, so now what we're going to do is the live Q&A session. I'm not sure how long I'm going to go with this session. I guess it depends on, number one, the quality of the questions, and number two, if we can even get the stream chat to work properly, okay? So what I would say, I would ask that my mods please put the stream chat into subscriber-only mode, and also what we're going to try to do this week is to have only 1 to 2 people pull the questions. The last few Hate Lives, like, multiple people were pulling questions, and it would pull 4 at once, so we'll try to get a limited amount of people pulling the questions so that doesn't happen, okay? Okay, they're doing it right now. Very good. Okay. I just realized that I actually have the stream open in another window. Oops, I'll close that. Okay, so I'm assuming very shortly we're going to do it. Again, I apologize. The stream's so delayed. The chat is so delayed that I knew there was going to be some downtime here while people get this set up, okay? Alright, we're in subscriber-only mode, and we're going to try to pull some questions. Okay, this is from Mr. 5 Twitch, and he says, Phil, will you be playing the new Pokemon X and Y games? In my opinion, I think that they're a decent system seller for the 3DS, and I think that you'll enjoy them very much, seeing as you like JRPGs. Okay. Interesting question. Okay. First of all, the only Pokemon games that I ever played, all right, in the history of Pokemon games, was Pokemon Blue. I actually didn't even get Pokemon Red. I just had Pokemon Blue. Okay. And it was funny because I remember back then that I had friends who thought that they were different games, and so they went out and bought one. And then they beat it, and they bought the other, and they said, what the fuck? It's the same game. I said, yup, you got fooled. You fell for the scam. You fell for the cheesy marketing of Nintendo, that it's the same fucking game you buy twice, but you buy them both to get all the Pokemon, and you transfer between them, okay? So, I did like Pokemon Blue. I actually enjoyed the game back in the original Game Boy. Yeah, I know, that was a long fucking time ago. Since then, I've never had a desire to play another game, because from what I've heard, they haven't changed. The same exact game. With better graphics, you know, better controls and stuff. It's changed a little bit over the years, but for the most part, it's the same thing. I don't think Pokemon's anything to write home about. I think it's a game that's one of those addicting games. You know what I mean? There's certain games that the gameplay is not like profound, but they're very addicting. I just want to say that, you know, because it's like almost like a genre of game, the addicting game genre, where you're just doing something repetitively, but it's to the point where you like it and you want to keep doing it. And I think that's what Pokemon is. I'm not dying to play a Pokemon game. In fact, on my 3DS, I still have Luigi's Mansion, whatever it was called, the one that came out earlier this year. I never played it. I bought it. I haven't even gotten around to it. It's funny because I just went on vacation, and all it was, I've been playing mobile games. I've been playing Injustice, the Injustice mobile app. I've been playing a lot on my iPhone, and also Marvel War of Heroes, which is a collectible card game with Marvel Comics characters. Very addictive. Of course, they tempt you so much to sink money into them. I did sink some money into them, I'll be honest. And I'm enjoying the hell out of those games. Really, my 3DS, the only thing I'm playing on my 3DS is Find Me And a couple months ago, they released a slew, it was like 4 of them, new mini games for $15. You get all 4 in a bundle, and basically it's the people who you meet through via Street Pass on the 3DS. You get to have those characters imported into these games and play with them, and I've been loving those. I've been playing those. I took my 3DS on vacation with me. Every day we found like maybe 6 to 10 people. We played it at night. Oh, it was a lot of fun. But that's really what I've been using my 3DS for. Like the games, I don't know. Maybe I'm the kind of person, maybe I don't want to play a full game on a portable device. You know what I mean? I'd rather sit here and do it on my TV. That's just me. That's the kind of person I am. Not to say that I haven't, but, you know, for portable stuff, I like, oh, look, Marvel War of Heroes. Well, I got 10 minutes to kill for, oh, here we go, you know, I'm at a restaurant, I order my food, I'm bored, let me do something, let me go Injustice mobile app, kill a couple dudes by going like an idiot like this, and then, oh, food's here, okay, put it back down. That's how I'm really treating, you know, these mobile portable games these days, so I really doubt I'll be playing Pokemon, okay? Alright, next question, please, if we could please draw. And now, of course, I just realized they're not going to hear me say that for like a minute. So, I'll do my song and dance routine. Here, jazz hands. Da 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 da. I distract you while they pull another question. Da 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 da. God damn it! I think the stream chat actually froze. I'm going to try to refresh here. I'm going to refresh and see if I can get the stream chat to load again. I apologize, everybody. Like I said, I didn't know how well this was going to go. I knew that this was going to be an issue, and it's not getting any better. In fact, right now the stream chat, it's not even loading for me now. Now it's just on loop, trying to load, but not successfully loading. I'm going to try to use a different browser. Hold on a second. Twitch TV, man. This sucks. I hate this. I absolutely hate this. Because this is an integral part of my stream. Oh, we got an echo. We had an echo and then went to an ad. Excellent. There we go. I muted it. Oh. Hold on. Alright, once this ad ends, it looks like I did get the chat to actually load in an alternate browser. So, but it still doesn't look like it's moving. It looks like we had Lord Drez says, dance like a motherfucking riot. And now, I don't know. Now it's not working. Oh, and it looks like we're dropping frames of animation. Wow, it's like a triple whammy. So, the stream chat's not working. And now we're dropping frames of animation, and the stream looks like shit, too. Yep, we are. We're definitely dropping frames, everybody. Hold on. I'm looking at my computer right now. It looks like it may be stabilizing. Yeah, it looks like it's stabilizing now. If you're watching this on YouTube, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. It's a stream-only issue. It doesn't affect videos that I record for YouTube. Yeah, I think we're done, everybody. I cannot seem to get the stream chat to load. It loaded and one person said, dance like a motherfucking riot, and now I'm not getting anything else in the stream chat. I think it might have completely went kaput. Which unfortunately sucks monkey dicks. Because obviously the Q&A session is one of the sessions I enjoy the most. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do it. Because Twitch can't get their fucking act together this week for whatever reason. I don't know what the hell their problem is. That the stream chat is so fucked up. Yep, now it says, sorry, we were unable to connect you. We'll try again. Wow, that's terrible. That is quite terrible. I'll give it another minute here, everybody, but if it doesn't come back soon, I think that's going to be it. Yep, Lord Drez again said, yep, stream chat is dead. I don't know how his messages are getting through and nobody else's. What the hell, man? Twitch TV. Oh, wow. One of the questions actually came through. It says, user Pro Safarian says, can you dance like a boss? I just showed you. We got the jazz hands. Jazz hands. Of all the questions, that's the one that gets through. Oh, lordy. Whoa, holy shit. Holy 100,000 things are showing up now at once. This is not good. Alright, this one is from L Games 8. He says, will you continue with the trend of buying cross-platform games on the Xbox One? I've already answered this like 100 times. Alright? I'm going to buy the cross-platform games, number one, for whatever system they come out for first. So if it comes out on the current gen before the next gen, I'm doing that. If it comes out for next gen before current gen, I'm doing that. If all the games come out simultaneously at the same time, I'm going to buy the version that has the superior features. So if one game you know has better graphics on one system, I'm getting it on that one. If one game has exclusive content, I'll get it on that one as long as there's no delay between the game coming out before on a different console. I've already explained this one. Alright, next question, because we do have many things here. What was my opinion on WWE games being sold to 2K games? That one was from LOL BBQ Sauce. That's a pretty dated question. I mean, that happened a long time ago, earlier this year. My opinion was that I was happy. I was happy that this studio, who worked well, I think they've been doing a good job with the WWE games as of late, actually is being allowed to continue to make those games, because it's a very bad situation when your publisher goes out of business or whatever. And that's what happened. THQ went out of business, and these guys who were hard workers did a good job with the franchise. Basically, we're going to get dumped. And I'm happy that 2K Games picked them up, and I'm looking forward to WWE 2K14 later this year. We also have a question from Crisis 1. It says, when are you going to invite us to your place for a party? You're absolutely out of your mind, Crisis 1. My place is way too fucking small for any kind of party. So I would not be able to invite you guys over. I need to get the fuck out of here. Maybe if I get a giant house one day, then I'll have a house party. We have a question from Catalyst725. He says, my balls are burning. My ass is squirting. Sing hot, 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 question mark. That was not a question. That was a popular phrase from us singing from the original Rayman Origins playthrough almost 2 years ago. I hope that you guys, if you are fans of that playthrough, will be watching this week, both on stream and on YouTube, for the Rayman Legends playthrough. I think it's going to be just as good, if not better. Okay. We got a question from Fighting Game Player, and he says, Phil, I've been following your channel for 2 months, and I want to thank you for it. But by the way, I want to let you know that Capcom will not nerf Street Fighter characters. They're only focused on improving the weaker characters in Ultra Street Fighter 4. What are your thoughts on this subject? Well, they're not going to nerf characters, but they're going to buff the weaker characters. I mean, is it a good philosophy? Sure, if you have a character that you know hasn't been standing up in competitive tournament play, and they need some help, okay, I can see how that could be a cool thing. But at the same time, if there's a character that's so overpowered that they're dominating every tournament, why wouldn't you nerf them? I don't know. Listen, I'm not a game dev, alright? I never professed that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this kind of stuff, how to balance the game properly. But, in my opinion, they shouldn't have made the 400 versions of the game to begin with. Because what's happened, unlike back in the day when we had these games in arcades, when the arcade game came out, that was it. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is out. That's Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That game's not going to change. There's no patches for an arcade game. What you get is what you get. And then the game evolves from there. So it took years for people to figure out, oh, this is the top tier, this is how you do this is how you do that. Alright? And so those games had longevity. What's happening today is for two reasons. Because number one, it's the internet age. Day one, everyone's playing these games and uploading videos to the internet. Oh, look, here's this infinite combo I figured out, and here's this amazing bullshit with this character and this character. That, unfortunately, it gets exposed, basically. These games get learned way faster than they used to, alright? And then number two, Capcom is just looking to make a quick buck. So what they're doing now is every year, every few months, in some games' cases, they're releasing expansions. And it's absolutely ridiculous at this point. This game, I liked vanilla Street Fighter 4. And yes, Sagat was way overpowered. I don't care. Like, I was learning strategies to beat Sagat. I could go to tournaments and beat Sagat. So I didn't care that he was overpowered. That's a game is a game. Not that you change the game 4,000 fucking times, and just when you get to a tournament level in the game, they fucking change it again. I really don't agree with the fact that they've now attempted to rebalance the game 4 fucking times and they still can't get it right. Alright? Obviously, they don't know what they're doing if they still can't get it right. But, that being said, It gives people a reason to jump back into the game. It reinvigorates the competitive community. So there are positives to it as well. I can see both sides of the subject, okay? So for me, am I bowled over excited, super excited that they're doing this rebalancing and they're not going to nerf characters? Not really. But at the same time, it'll give me a reason to play the game again next year. And they're not going to nerf stuff. I don't know how that'll affect things. I guess we're going to have to see when it comes out next year. I don't know. All right, let's see. Next question is from Arteca. Let's see, Arteca, and he says, should Rockstar make Grand Theft Auto 5 for the 2DS? That's a silly question. The game will not run on a portable system. User Darks Pro says, Phil, will you be playing... I clicked on something by accident. Phil, will you be playing Rome 2 Total War? The answer is no. I don't know why. What? Why would I play that? Let's see here. Alright, if we can get like maybe 1 or 2 more questions in, and then I guess we'll call it a night because we're having so many problems with the stream chat. Once again, it's frozen on my screen here. I don't know if that's because no one's talking or if because the stream chat has gone kaput again. I don't know. So if you guys could pull another question, and then we'll go from there. Maybe the last one if we're going to have these continuous problems with the chat. Here we go. 2 more got pulled. This one is from Jet Jackal 1284. He says, how come your face is round? Well, when I was a small boy, what happened was there was a round cookie cutter and I shoved my head into it and it just permanently stuck that way. I mean, what the fuck kind of dumb question is this? Because it is. I didn't make it round. I don't think God personally formed my fucking head in a round thing. Here, alright, here's why my head is round. Because there was a sperm that came from my dad and it formed with the egg from my mom, and for whatever reason, the genes inside those two, the codes told the baby to have a round head. Go study science in fucking school and leave that shit out of my questions. What a dumb question, man. Wow. Next question is from oh my god. Zgnadu? I can't even read this. And it says, hey Phil, you've said before that you would like to start your own business if your YouTube career ends. What kind of business do you have in mind? I've actually talked about this with Panda Lee a lot. We thought about a couple different things, like maybe a local coffee shop, maybe a chain, one of these restaurant chains. Ideally, what I would like to do, if I could, is to own my own business and have it not be a chain, because I want to be the person who controls everything. I want to be the creative controller. I don't want to be told by, corporate office, by the way, we're doing this promotion, you have to have these posters up and this and that. No, I want it to be my baby. So that way if it fails, there's no one to fucking blame but myself, okay? And that's the bottom line. That's how I like operating on YouTube. I'm my own boss. No one tells me what to do. If I fail, it's because of me. Okay? So I've been thinking about that. I don't know if it's going to be a restaurant. It could be something completely different. But, just something that I fully control, not a chain. Okay? Question is from Lightside Luke. He says, Phil, are you planning on playing Wind Waker HD and or Sonic Lost World? Wind Waker HD, yes. I actually did mention I am interested in it. Does not have a North American release date as of yet, from what I know. From all I understand, last month on Nintendo Direct, they gave it a European release date, and they never gave it a fucking American release date. And Sonic Lost World, sure. I mean, Sonic, I'm always game for Sonic. And the last couple ones that I played I really liked, so yeah, I am game for another Sonic coming up. Okay. Next question from user JLG31182. He says, Phil, what would be your #1 favorite trip out of all the trips that you've gone on? See, and that's hard to answer. And the reason that's hard to answer is because the trips are different. Like, if you say, what's your favorite convention you've ever attended? It's hard to call. I really liked going to MagFest the very first time I ever went, years and years ago, before I was even on YouTube. But that's because it was my first gaming convention ever, and by the way, the convention was much different back then. It was much smaller, much more, wow, a fight, people, they've been contacting me, wow, you're cool, you're a fighting game player, we want you to come to our event, it'll help promote it, yada, yada, yada. Now it doesn't seem to be like that anymore. Now it seems like it's a good old boys club, and they basically always let their friends in, and because they become so big, they realize that they just have the same group of people every year be the featured people, that they don't need anybody else. But, I don't know. I liked attending MagFest when they had us 2 years ago, and we were able to be guests and stuff. That was really nice. I really liked SGC this year. I thought it was an outstanding convention, being that it was gamer focused, and you know, I really enjoyed that. But now if you're talking vacations, shit, I was on vacations when I was a kid. Vacations I've gone on with Panda Lee, things I've done with John and OJ. Like, how can I even, you know, I don't really have a favorite trip. I think that as long as you go on a trip and you enjoy yourself and it's not a miserable failure, that trip is a success, and you shouldn't really weigh and balance that versus other trips. Like, I wouldn't say, oh, you know, it's a shame because when I went out to Florida with Panda Lee last year, that was much better than when I went to Chicago this year. No, they were different kinds of trips. Florida's a more touristy area, so obviously it was more touristy stuff to do. Like, we did Universal Studios and we did SeaWorld and stuff like that. When we went to Chicago, you don't have all that, but we still found ways to enjoy it by going to Navy Pier and Shedd Aquarium and Willis Tower, or Sears Tower, whatever you want to call it, you know, and I still enjoyed them equally. So I can't really say there was like a definitive one trip that I went on that was it. You know, wow, that's the best one ever. We have a question from Hate Ravens. I guess he hates the team, the Ravens. I don't know. And this question is, are you excited for Batman Arkham Origins? Let me tell you this. At first, I wasn't. Actually, when it was first announced, I actually was disappointed. I said, oh no, a prequel. Ugh, I hate fucking prequels with a passion. Because prequels, obviously you know what's going to happen. Because you've already played the games that are later in the timeline. So there's no threat that Batman could possibly die because Batman is in the later games. You know Robin won't die because Robin becomes Nightwing and he's in the later games. Oracle, if she's Batgirl in this game, you know she's probably going to get crippled and she becomes Oracle because she's Oracle and crippled in the later games. That's what I mean. There's no risk. There's no feeling that the whole thing could come to an end because of that, and that's why I hate prequels. So initially I was disappointed. Plus, Rocksteady, which is the company that made the first two Batman Arkham games, is not making this one. So right off the bat you say, uh-oh, these guys didn't even know what they're doing. Well, then I finally saw a story in Game Informer of it. I read the story. I said, you know what, this does look quite good. And if it is executed well, I think it could be quite good. And then I saw a couple trailers and stuff for it, and I am feeling a lot more positive about it now. I actually think that that it might turn out to be better than I initially expected. That maybe I was a little hasty in my initial judgments. That it's looking solid, and I'm very excited for it and looking forward to it later this year. Next question. This is from WSPan0, and he says, if the PS4's game invite is simple and easy, will you consider playing multiplayer games on it and inviting more people live if possible? Yes. I mean, the one thing that I've said is the major difference between the Xbox 360 and the PS4 is the online system. The way that you send messages, the friend, system, their friends list, being able to invite people easily to games, the party system. This is the major difference between the two consoles, in my opinion. It's really not the graphics or anything like that, the controllers. No, it's actually the online buddy connection, communication, and matchmaking system. On PS4, it fucking sucks dick. I don't know what they were thinking, why they thought that was acceptable, especially after the Xbox 360 had come out a year beforehand with an exceptional online service, and Sony just didn't even react to that. It's almost like they were in some room in the fucking Himalayan mountains, isolated from the world, developing the PS3, and they said, oh, we're not going to see what Microsoft's doing. Fuck them if their console comes out early. We know better. We're going to do better. And then it was worse, okay? It's a nightmare to try to get a party together in any kind of game in PS4. You have to invite them to your friends list to even invite them to a game. It makes no fucking sense. It was designed very poorly. If they fix all that on PS4, absolutely, I would consider, buying the PS4 version of a game over the Xbox One version. It's all going to depend on certain factors, which I've already talked about, so I'm not going to mention them again, okay? Alright, I'm probably only going to take 1 to 2 more questions because I am getting tired of my voice now. I'll do 2 more. Alright, so the next to last question is from Mock O'Roll. And Mock O'Roll asks, Phil, what is the best strategy for Microsoft this holiday season when selling the Xbox One? Alright, good question. The best strategy, and this is the problem. The problem here, you got 2 consoles coming out. Most major games will be cross-platform for them. All right, we already know that. The ones that are the biggest sellers, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Battlefield, Watch Dogs, the new games coming out, any GTAs that eventually come out. Most of these big games will be cross-platform. So really what you have to think about when you're trying to market your system is, how can I market it? What Xbox is really going to need to do is focus on what's exclusive to their console. The problem is, I get the feeling they're going to do the wrong thing. Now, think about it. I've already said this a week or two ago. I actually made a channel update before I went on vacation talking about how I felt that the launch lineups for the PS4 and the Xbox One were weak, but that if you actually look at the console exclusives, the Xbox One actually has the better lineup. So they should run with that. They should say on day one, not only can you play all these games that are already out, only next-gen versions, but you can get an exclusive fighting game, you can get an exclusive racing game, you can get a totally new style of game with Rise, you can get a flying game that plays like Panzer Dragoon with Crimson Dragon. You're going to get a wide variety of games on launch day, all right, that are a variety of gameplay and stuff you can only play on Xbox. And what they should do is focus on those games and make it that you need those games. Because if you don't need those launch games, what's to stop you from buying the PS4 and just buying all the cross-platform games for that system, okay? But here's the problem. Instead of actually focusing on the games, I know exactly what Microsoft will do. Have you seen the new Kinect? Oh, let me show you. Here's a live demo. We'll fucking dance in front of our TVs like assholes. Oh, look, the Kinect can make you play the game when you look. Oh, look, you can actually do a karate kick. Oh, it picks up my fucking legs. I can't believe it. The Kinect's the best fucking thing ever. Kinect, because only Microsoft has the Kinect. And that's completely the wrong strategy, because there is a wide majority of gamers, hardcore gamers, who don't give a flaming fucking turd about the Microsoft Kinect, alright? Regardless of how much Microsoft tells us, no, it's going to change the way you play games, you don't understand, it's going to blow your ass away, you're going to be able to do the menu with your, oh, you're going to be, Xbox on, Xbox off, Xbox, please scrub my balls for me. No one cares, alright? We don't. We're okay with this. We've had this since the dawn of the console age. We're not complaining about this. We like this. We don't want to move on. You're forcing new technology down our throats that, number one, didn't even work properly your first attempt because it didn't work in most people's rooms. They didn't have enough space. And number two, we like this. We actually feel this is more precise. We don't want motion controls and fucking stupid nonsense, okay? So that's what's going to happen, because they're, instead of saying, here's the games, this is the reason to buy the system, focus on the games, they're going to say, oh, well, we have this peripheral called the Kinect that PS4 doesn't have, let's push that down their throats. I guarantee, especially because, as we know now, you know, the first slew of Microsoft Xbox Ones are being sold only with the Kinect. You cannot buy just the console itself, and therefore what's going to end up happening is everyone's going to have one of these fucking things. And it's unfortunate because, as you know, we already knew, it came out in the news, that the thing works without the Kinect. So you don't need it. They're just forcing you to buy it because they're a bunch of fucking dicks who want to force you to buy a peripheral you don't fucking want to push their bullshit agenda. Fuck that. You know, it's just an anti-user policy. And I don't think that Microsoft will do what they need to do. Will they support the games fully, or will they just forget about them after a month and only talk about the Kinect? And I almost guarantee that's what's going to happen. Okay? Okay. Alright, I would like one more question, please. And this will be the end of Hatelive Lite, okay? So thank you for joining me tonight, everyone on Twitch, or if you're watching on YouTube, okay? Last question. Let's have a mod pull it. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Got it pulled. Let's see. Alright, the final question of the night. Thank you for joining me. Here we go. It is from MR or Mr. Raid. And incidentally, I actually talked about Mr. Raid earlier tonight on the pre-stream, which is when I was getting everything set up for the stream tonight. I do want to give him a shout out because he did make an excellent intro montage. But what it really was more so was a montage for DSP Gaming. It was like showing different clips of all my playthroughs with my voice and everything, saying funny stuff. And he's like, full gameplay commentaries, co-op, blah, blah, blah. and now here's Hate Live, and it was like, well, that kind of doesn't make sense because that's not what Hate Live is. But that would be perfect for DSP Gaming. I've actually asked him if he gets a chance, if he could rearrange that trailer to make it be for DSP Gaming, and I may use that as my channel trailer now for DSP Gaming in the future because it was so well done. So, Mr. Raid, again, I asked you earlier, but if you're still watching, if you could put that together, I would appreciate it. But anyway, let's get to his question. And his question is, you considering holding fighting game tournaments on your forums and whatnot for Injustice, Street Fighter, and more? I mean, have I considered ever doing tournaments like that? Sure, when I very first, years ago, when the website was set up, I did have a lot of different ideas. Unfortunately, very shortly after that, I kind of got turned off the fighting games for a while. I don't know if tournaments would work, and the only reason I say that is because, as you know, online play for most fighting games is fucking donkey shit. It's just, most of these games, the netcode's garbage. It's very hard at certain times of day, certain days of the week, if there's an event going on, to even get a decent game. I would love to hold offline tournaments. Unfortunately, I have a worldwide fan base. It's kind of impossible to have an online tournament or an offline tournament for that. So, no, right now at this time I have no plans to do that, but if there ever is enough demand, let's say in the future when Killer Instinct comes out, people are like, we'd really love to do online tournaments, Phil. I could look into it, okay? Alright, so that's it for Hate Live Light. I want to thank everyone for joining me. Please spread the word about this because it's an odd day that I'm putting this out. Most people wouldn't know that I'm even doing this today because I didn't even talk about doing it until today. So there was no build-up, and I had no idea I was going to be doing this today before my vacation, so I didn't even get a chance to talk about it then. So please spread the word that I did do this. As soon as I get off the stream on Twitch, I'm going to be uploading this to the King of Hate vlogs. So it should be going live tonight, shortly, in fact. Shouldn't have any problem with that. And that's about it. So remember, the next podcast